Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the DCI number 780F. 780F, 1-inch single manual flush bolt, bright chrome plated. So the 1-inch, just let's dissect the part number. 780F, that means that you're going to have a manual extension flush bolt. It's fire rated up to 3 hour. 1 inch is a reference to the width of the faceplate. There are other flush bolts that are 1.25 inch, odd size flush bolts. This is the ubiquitous industry standard 1 inch by 6 3/4. Bright chrome plated, that's self-explanatory. It's polished chrome, US26. Obviously DCI has this material available in all the common finishes. And a hallmark of DCI, since we're talking about them, is the fit and finish. You can see how nice the bright chrome plating looks on this material. Very nice. Solid brass faceplate on that naturally, which is going to be one of the reasons you'll be able to obtain a nice plated finish. Now, the rest of the components that go with a typical extension flush bolt will be, of course, the rod, and this is inherently a 12-inch lever extension flush bolt. Lever, extension. The dimension of 12 inch is referred to the top of the door to the center of the faceplate. So this rod, which is 1/4 by the way, will achieve 12 inch to the center line. Should you need 18 inch, 24 inch, 36 inch, any size, DCI can accommodate. They're going to swap out that rod for a different length rod. You will get the bolt head. The bolt head is drilled and tapped on one end to thread into the rod. It's shaped like a D, and that is to prevent it from moving in the top or bottom of the door once it's installed. Keep it from rotating. That's, of course, the top or bottom plate that the bolt head will go through. You'll get, of course, a strike plate as well. Okay. Top or bottom, manual flush bolts. Of course, these are intended for metal door installations. However, you'll see these all the time in wood doors as well. If you're trying to add flush bolts like this to an existing wood or metal or any sort of construction door that's not been prepped for them, that might be a near impossible task to do it in the field without tools or knowledge or expertise of doing it. Have your door shop do it. If you need help determining after you've bought the bolts how to prep them in the door, feel free to reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you. I've done it literally countless times. But you need a long drill bit. You need a router. You need tools to make that, or template. You need tools to make that easier on you. 1.5 inch adjustment for door and strike clearances. That's going to be based on the fact that you can thread this in and out. You can thread this into the back of the housing as well. Non-handed, certainly this will work on any hand door, top or bottom installation as mentioned earlier. Okay, and is again fire rated. There is a link below this video to a document called template. That template is included with the hardware. There's a piece of paper, the rest of the hardware is here, that will show you all of the important dimensional properties. What's most important to know is the height and the width. If you're replacing one and you've got 6 3/4 by 1 and it's 12 inch, you can stop. This is going to work just well for you if you're replacing one, which is very common. Replacements are very common. There is also a link below this video to a document called brochure that will show you, it's a subsection catalog that will show you all of their bolts, not only the steel door model, but the common 790F, which is the corner style, far more common for wood doors, because that is something that could be mortised on an existing wood door without too much trouble. I mean, a router would be the way to proceed with doing that, but it could be done otherwise as well. But adding an extension style like the 780F, that would be a challenge again. So the template is the important part to review to make sure that if you're replacing one, this matches up. Again, mortising for the material is not difficult really at all. Just to touch on it, you'll have really 3 preps. You're going to have the body, which will be the body that's all down here, this width, this length, this depth. Then you're going to have your plate, which will be the thickness of the plate, the width, and the height. But the key is you have to drill a hole from the bottom or top of the door down into the cavity that you've drilled. And that's difficult because that drill bit, which needs to be 18-inch long, has a tendency to walk to find the less dense sort of material, because generally in like an architectural door, you'll have laminated material, or you'll have a wood style either glued down to particle board, or it's not glued and it's floating, and that drill bit will just walk its way down, and making it a challenge to drill it properly. So that's the three primary things that you have to be concerned with. And then of course just mortising for the strike and the guide is common as well. It does include screws, wood screws and metal screws. Now the name DCI is synonymous with trim and auxiliary hardware, and they do a great job with it. Their inventory is generally quite deep. The quality, as I had mentioned earlier, the finishes are always impressive. I wouldn't hesitate to use them. And if you have a need for, they get into some electrical hardware, so if you have a need for some electrical hardware, DCI has a line of that material, like delayed egress hardware. They also have a line of exit devices under their Panex brand name, and other bolts, holders, stops, ancillary trim and auxiliary hardware. Okay, so they're Panex devices that will operate in a whole range of different possibilities. Okay, and other electrified hardware as well. Nice quality company, the DCI. They're responsive, their shipping lead times are predictable and reliable, and their technical support is stellar. If you have any questions on the DCI number 780F in a US26 polished chrome finish, or any other DCI product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.